Hi, welcome to this CentremapsLive recording about point connection reports. Lucky enough today to have Jeremy Haigh with us from Apogee Property Consultants. We've been working with Jeremy for quite a few years now, taking his utility searches since 2018, but today, point connection reports. And Jeremy, can you give us the headline or set the scene for what the report's all about?
Yeah, so our point of connection report is about us providing a developer with some certainty as to where and how they're going to get their development site connected to the utilities.
Where in the timeline are people picking up on this report? Is it before they've purchased the land? Is it somebody that's already committed to land?
It very much depends on their attitude to risk. But we have our clients buying our report right from their outset. We also have them buying it just pre-conveyance. We have them buying it post-conveyance, pre-planning.
Is it something where they have the utility search already and they know what's around a site, or is it a part of the point of connection report?
We anticipate that it's better for any scheme promoter to begin their dialogue with a utility company or any of the utility companies as early as possible. So our recommendation is that they will buy a point of connection report at the same time as they would buy a utility search. That not only gives them a sort of picture of the risk of presence of utilities, it also gives them a picture of the development connectivity.
Somebody developing a site that might well have a mechanical and electrical team designing. Is it something where you're complementing what they do? Would they hope to get some information back from you first before they do that design, or is it still useful at sort of adjusting that design to fit what the site is actually capable of supporting?
So we can do our work with or without a mechanical and electrical engineer specification. And that's where kind of value engineering comes into the proposition, in that either we would make a series of assumed loadings for our applications and for our discussions with the utility companies, or we would take the loadings that are given to us by the M&E. So we can work in kind of both arenas and still add value.
Right. Who is the report for? Who's actually the person that's going to be commissioning this report and asking for this information?
So any scheme promoter, really, right. But also their principal designer, perhaps an architect, their solicitor, right. Their M&E engineer, project manager, quantity surveyor. There's a huge number of potential users of the information that we provide in this report and the skill set that we're providing.
I guess the big question everyone's got is, how's this going to save money or generate better opportunity with the development?
And so this is all about distance for the connection and how far away the capacity might be for the particular development. We deliver some certainty in that area, the point at which the report is ordered.
Right. How does getting the report affect the practical expectations of the site and maybe also help to form a good justification in the planning process that everything's been considered?
Yeah, so more and more planning authorities are asking for utility statements as part of the application process. In some cases, it's a mandatory requirement nowadays. Depending on the complexity of the utility challenge on a particular development and the planning authority's attitude to the information requirements, this point of connection report can be accepted as a utility statement for the planning application. It also gives the planning authority some understanding that the client has given consideration to capacity around whatever green energy strategies they may be adopting. So, the most obvious one, of course, is EV chargers, but there's a broad range of environmental strategies that either an M&E consultant or a developer can specify in order to meet the requirements of a local planning authority.
Right. And have you got any useful kind of examples of how this has panned out for a client?
Yeah, so on a relatively modest size residential scheme, just on the power application alone, in our discussions with the local electricity company, we saved the client £500,000. Right. Not always possible to save that amount of money, but we have larger savings for bigger schemes as well, some of the commercial developments that we've dealt with. But that particular scheme was particularly good because we split the connection on a very long distance scheme, used a diverse loading for the development to deliver that saving. So we were particularly pleased with the mix of value that we added in order to save that money.
Right. Interesting. I guess this is where the benefit of being in the industry for that long and working on multiple projects with multiple utilities, you're able to spot these opportunities that might easily get overlooked otherwise.
Absolutely. And since deregulation, the number of cost-effective points of connection who may or may not deliver any of the utilities to a particular development site was the whole point to deregulation in the first place. So yeah, it's about having that skill set, having that understanding, and applying that understanding to the circumstances in which you find yourself.
Thanks for watching this video. There are some additional videos around utility searches, getting digitized versions, sustainable drainage systems, flood risk, all those kind of things that do affect the value of a site. For today, that's it. And thanks again to Jeremy. It's been really
Thanks,
useful
Andy.
to get that insight. Thank you.